Hello and welcome to another video. In this one, we're breaking down a project inspired by MPH. The Ableton file presets and samples will be linked in the description, including a few bonus presets. And if you find this video useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Finally, if you're looking to improve your music production, I offer one-to-one coaching. For more info, you can email or DM me on Instagram. Both are linked below. Our BPM is 133 and we're in the key of E minor. The main reference for this project is Overrated, which was released on Fabric's label. It's a slightly different side of MPH's sounds. Rather than melodic UKG, Overrated leans heavily into breaks but retains the swung drums, bass sound design and organic pads that are characteristic of MPH's productions. Let's start with the kick. This is a functional dark 909 style kick, providing low end punch underneath the break rhythms. Next, we have the rest of the drums. We have several elements taken from the think break. There are think kicks, the main break, and snares. We have this roll at bar 4. Vocal fragments appear throughout Overrated, and I've used them here as part of the percussion. There's also a think tambourine, which is an octave below our main break. And I've used Flux Mini 2 for some dynamic sidechaining here. This tambourine helps thicken our break. Our final break element is this metallic funky snare, which is layered with the snare from the main think break. There's a hi-hat sample after the snare, so it feels less like an isolated one-shot and more like a breakbeat fragment. Next, we have the hats. These help create that familiar UKG feel. The open and closed hats are in a choke group so they don't overlap. And this makes the pattern feel more like a performed hat part, reminiscent of a real kit. Finally, there are 3 percussion loops. These aren't the most prominent drum elements, but they help the arrangement feel denser and more lively. Across these drum elements, I've applied this MPC groove. The exception is the main kick, which stays straight. MPH has described swing as one of the most important elements of UKG, although he creates his own swings manually by moving elements on the timeline. On the drums group, there's EQ and transient shaping. The transient shaper is softening the attack as the breaks were feeling a bit sharp. After that, there's various dynamics processing, followed by EQ, wider, and a clipper. MPH has also talked about the importance of clipping his drums, including keeping his kick and top separate. Finally, there's reverb via Sende. I'm using the hybrid reverb with the silo warehouse impulse response to reflect the environment this music could be played in. Let's move on to the basses. All of these patches are made in Serum 2. So this is the combined MIDI for all the bass lines. Most of the notes come from E minor, but there's also an A sharp. A sharp falls outside the E minor scale and forms a tritone with the root, creating a darker feel. Let's start with the subtle warp. There's a sine wave sub and an add seconds waveform with the movement coming from wavetable warping and filter 1 via LFO1. In the FX, I'm using a frequency splitting technique. I've covered this in more detail in another video, which I'll link on the screen and in the description. This allows us to process the sub and the higher frequencies independently within the same patch. Bus 1 handles the clean sub with compression for consistency, whilst Bus 2 handles the higher frequency part of the sound, where we can introduce distortion without destroying the fundamental. Next is the growl. Here we have another sine wave sub. Oscillator A is also a sine wave, and B is a harmonically rich odd pass waveform. All of these have been taken down by 2 octaves. Oscillator A is modulated by oscillator B using FM. B's wavetable position is also being warped. Here are all the modulations in the matrix. Bus 2 utilizes hard clipping, which works great for distorted basses. Finally, there's multi-band compression and chorus. And this is Bus 1's layout. Next is the main bass. This consists of 2 top layers with the frequency split and a sine wave sub. On the main bass group, there's sculpting EQ, followed by clipping. First, there's the sine PD layer. Both of these are sine waves, with oscillator A pitched down by 2 octaves, while oscillator B is pitched down by 1. Like the previous patch, oscillator B is warping oscillator A. Here we're using phase distortion, which is similar to FM. In the FX, we have a fairly long FX chain here, utilizing distortion, multiband compression, a filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO2, EQ, more distortion, and chorus. Next is the PD noise layer. Again, we're using phase distortion in A and multiple sine waves, but this time we have 3 oscillators plus noise. Oscillator A is down by 2 octaves, B is pitched up by 1 octave, while C is also down by 2. A and B provide the body. C and the white noise add texture. Oscillators A and B go to Bus 1, while C and the noise go to Bus 2. Notice the heavy distortion in Bus 2 for that characteristic sine wave noise texture. Busing means I can distort different oscillators independently before recombining them. There's also distortion in Bus 1, and then these are the main effects. Lastly, there's the sine sub. Finally, there's a Reese. Unlike the other patches, I'm not using the frequency splitting setup here. In Overrated, the low frequencies of the Reese have audible phase movement. So although I've used a sine wave sub, it's phasing with oscillator A, which is a unison saw. Both oscillators are running into this low pass filter with its cutoff modulated slightly by LFO1. In the effects, there's distortion and utility, which is monoing the lower frequencies and narrowing the higher ones for mono compatibility. There's sub-compression on the channel to keep the low movement under control. On the basses bus, there's EQ, bass mono, saturation, parallel compression, more sub-compression, wider, clipper, dynamic sidechain EQ using TDR Nova, which is free, and conventional sidechaining, both of these using the kick as a trigger. Reverb is applied via Send A. Finally, we have the FX, pad, and Vox, which I've grouped together. Let's start with the effects. There's a classic sound system laser with echo extending its tail. Pay attention to the feedback values for each echo here. There are 3 sirens. Again, more echo on the group. And the air raid siren has a low pass filter which sweeps up via automation. Next, we have the strings pad. The voicings are fairly extended with notes spread across several octaves. There's also a couple of chromatic notes outside E minor, for example, this A sharp, and this adds tension to an otherwise consonant progression. Rather than using a conventional wavetable oscillator, Oscillator A is using Serum 2's multi-sample engine with the full strings LE library. Velocity tracking is enabled, so the incoming MIDI affects the amp. This helps the patch feel more realistic. The sound generator then passes through this rising low-pass filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO1, which is on free. It has a 2-bar shape. Which gradually opens the filter. In the effects, there's distortion, EQ, and utility. Again, the utility is for mono compatibility. Finally, we have the vocals.
Yes, yes. And again, my selector.
There are some MC vocals which reinforce the sound system influence. The main processing here is this dubby 16th note echo. There's also a hey shout. These aren't really lead vocals, they behave a lot more like ear candy. Finally, on the overarching group, there's EQ to remove low frequencies, saturation, glue, wider, and chorus ensemble. Finally, there's dynamic sidechain Nova EQ using the kick as a trigger.
Yes, yes.
And of course, reverb via Send A. And that's the project. If you found this breakdown useful, please like and subscribe. And don't forget, the project file, presets, and samples are linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.